Hey there, sunshine. Let's talk about your life for a second, because if anyone deserves a vent session, it's you, Esther. Sure, you saved an entire nation, became queen of Persia, and got yourself written into history books. But let's not kid ourselves. Being you straight up sucked. Here's why. The draft that wasn't optional. One day, you're just minding your own business, living quietly with Mordecai, your overprotective yet lovable cousin, when BAM! You're forcibly recruited into King Xerxes' harem. Congrats, Esther. You've been chosen to participate in what can only be described as a nationwide casting call for who wants to marry a moody monarch. Spoiler alert, no one actually wants this game. It's less romantic fairy tale and more state-mandated beauty pageant meets Hunger Games. No consent. Officers rounded up hundreds of young women across the empire without asking nicely. Or at all. Esther 2:3. Imagine being told, pack your bags, you're moving to the palace. Except instead of jeans and sneakers, you're handed silk gowns, gold jewelry, and fragrant oils. Oh, and did we mention you can't call home? Once you enter the harem, you're cut off from everyone, including Mordecai. It's like joining a sorority, where the initiation fee is your freedom. Sidebar. Let's pause for a second. These women didn't volunteer, they were taken. This wasn't a glamorous honor. It was state-sponsored kidnapping. If Tinder existed back then, Xerxes' profile would read, looking for someone special. Must love impulsive decisions, mood swings, and power trips. No refunds. Year-long spa treatment. Sounds luxurious, right? Wrong. 12 months of beauty prep wasn't exactly a spa day. It was institutionalized grooming. 6 months of myrrh oil, used for embalming, by the way, followed by 6 months of perfumes and cosmetics. Esther 2:12. Basically, they were preparing you to look good enough to die for. And if you didn't please the king after all that, your career options were concubine for life or banished to the palace basement. So yeah, no pressure. The harem hierarchy. Once inside, you realize the harem operates like high school, but worse. Queen bee drama, mean girl politics, and constant competition for the king's fleeting attention. And once he loses interest, you're toast. Sidebar. The absurdity here is wild. A man with hundreds of wives and concubines expecting loyalty? Newsflash Xerxes. Quantity doesn't. Life as queen, a gilded cage. Fast forward, you win the crown, beat out hundreds of others, and become queen of Persia. Cue confetti, right? Not quite. Court politics. The palace is one big episode of Survivor, except everyone's in eyeliner and speaking ancient Persian. Every smile hides a dagger, every compliment masks a conspiracy. Remember Haman's gallows for Mordecai? That's normal palace behavior. King Xerxes. Your husband is a handful. He throws 6-month-long parties to show off, banishes his previous wife Vashti for refusing to dance for drunk nobles, and generally acts like a toddler with unlimited power. Esther 1:10-12. His name means warrior, but most of his battles happen at home. Sidebar. Vashti says no and gets banished. Meanwhile, you're forced to smile through everything and hide your identity. Some progress, huh? Loneliness factor. You're surrounded by people, yet isolated from real connection. Mordecai's far away, and the other women either envy or plot against you. It's like living in a sorority house run by Cersei Lannister. Sidebar. You didn't choose this life. It was chosen for you. Forcing someone into marriage isn't romantic. It's survival disguised as luxury. Enter Haman, the ultimate villain. Now comes the chaos. Haman, the king's right-hand man and full-time egomaniac. His problem? Mordecai refuses to bow. So naturally, Haman decides to kill every Jew in the empire. Esther 3:8-9. Bureaucratic evil at its finest. When Mordecai hears about it, he shows up at the palace gates in sackcloth and ashes, wailing for all to hear. Esther 4:1. Subtle? Not at all. You can't leave the palace, but Mordecai sends word urging you to act, reminding you that maybe, just maybe, you have come to your royal position, becoming queen for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Translation: You didn't sign up for this, but destiny called. Pick up. Sidebar: It's inspiring, sure, but also terrifying. Thanks for the pep talk, cousin, but I could literally die. The ultimate risk. You fast for 3 days, gather your courage, and approach the king. Esther 4:16. Miraculously, he spares your life. Then you invite Xerxes and Haman to a private banquet. Smart move. Nothing says, let's discuss genocide like wine and hors d'oeuvres. You play it cool, invite them back for a second feast, and let Haman think he's the main character. Sidebar: Brilliant strategy. Instead of demanding justice, you wait. You charm, you disarm, and you time your reveal like a master tactician. The grand reveal and revenge. At the second banquet, you strike. If I have found favor with you, your majesty, please spare my life and the lives of my people, for we have been sold to destruction. Esther 7:3-4. Xerxes asks, who's responsible? You point, the adversary and enemy is this vile Haman. Cue chaos. Xerxes storms out. Haman panics, trips over your couch, and the king walks right back in. Bad optics, bro. Minutes later, Haman's hanging from the very gallows he built for Mordecai. Poetic justice, victory lap, and legacy. With Haman gone, the Jews defend themselves and win. Purim is born, a festival celebrating survival, courage, and good desserts. Esther 9:20-22. Sidebar: The pastries alone make the trauma almost worth it. Hamantaschen, cookies shaped like Haman's hat. Justice, but make it edible. Mordecai rises to second in command, Esther 10:3, and together you secure peace for your people. Teamwork, triumph, and trauma management. Ancient edition. Reflection: why it sucked and totally didn't. Being Esther wasn't easy. Between palace politics, forced marriage, and life-threatening decisions, you faced everything stacked against you. Yet through courage and wit, you saved your people. Was it tragic? Sort of. But also triumphant. Because without you, we wouldn't understand what bravery under pressure really looks like, or how cleverness can outwit cruelty. Still, your story reminds us that heroism often comes with a cost. You never got to be free. You survived and saved others, but never escaped the system that caged you. Your story isn't just inspiration, it's a warning about how power dehumanizes even those who wield it. Esther, you may have started as a reluctant queen, but you ended as a legend. Sure, your life sucked sometimes, but you wore the crown, played the game, and took down a villain. Not bad for a girl who just wanted a quiet life with her cousin.